Live from the 607, it's the Ocho Duro Parlay Hour, where we're talking everything going on in the world of sports. Join in the conversation on social media with the hashtag ODPH, because here we go.
Instead of looking deep inside, every word I have to say, keep it simple.
Welcome to an all-new edition of the ODPH podcast. My name is Ken. Joining me in studio, as always, you know him. He's the co-host. He's the man of 1,004 aliases. His name is Padawan J.
Let me talk to you.
And boy, we have a lot to talk about in the land of sports, so you definitely want to make sure you're dialed into everything going on with the ODPH, because there's a lot of things happening right now. A lot of things behind the scenes we can't really divulge into. But the first place is going to be found out is where, Pat?
ODPH.com.
ODPHpodcast.com.
ODPHpodcast.com.
See, that's how much we got moving parts happening here behind the scenes. So you want to go to the website, odphpodcast.com. We got the blogs, we got the TeePublic store, we got the social media links, which is going to be very, very important. Stay tuned, ... We have a classified section, which has great friends of the show, such as 3FM Podcast, Dragon Master Games. And we have a directory. Pat, how many providers are we on?
69,031.
And your source?
Trust me, bro.
So wherever you listen to the ODPH on, first and foremost, thank you for checking us out. It means the absolute world that you're giving us your time and attention. So leave us a review on your favorite podcatcher. I am told it helps the algorithm. Who
Allegedly.
am I to say no? Like I say, that's what I'm told. So definitely leave us a review. Let us know what you think of the show. That's how we interact and make sure the show gets better for you as a listening experience. Last but certainly not least, we have a fantastic music section with such groups as Brian Wolf and the Howlers, Second Suitor, Floodlands, Shout Out to the Robots. And I have to shout out Tom Jolu. Tom Jolu has new music coming out.
Hey.
Singles are up right now, so you need to go follow him on social media. The links are right there. Heard Simple Man. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
Amazing tune he's got out right now. So if he has a new album coming out, chances are very, very probable he will be coming through the ODPH with that. So we're super excited to have him come back on the show. So stay tuned for that, but make sure you go download his music along with everybody else we just mentioned. And if it's anything else I might have forgotten, because, hey, we're doing a lot of things right now behind the scenes here at the ODPH. It's odphpodcast.com. And if you're still using hashtags, I just botched my word there, but it's okay. If you're still using hashtags on social media, why not use the hashtag ODPHpod? So let's kick off the sports edition like we always do. It's locks and leaps time in the NFL. So, Pad, let's recap the week that was at Week 8.
Yeah, so we're going to start with my lock, and that was the Philadelphia Eagles to beat the New York Giants, which they did by a final score of 38-20. Jalen Hurts, 15-20, 179 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Jackson Dart, 14-24, 193 yards passing, 1 touchdown, no interceptions. Tyrone Tracy Jr. was the leading rusher for the Giants, 10 carries, 39 yards, no touchdowns. Saquon Barkley was, of course, the leading rusher for Philly with 14 carries, 150 yards, 1 touchdown. Boy, I wonder if he was motivated. For the Eagles on receiving, it was Devontae Smith, 6 catches, 84 yards, no touchdowns. And for the Giants, it was Wan'Dale Robinson, 3 catches, 48 yards, and no touchdowns.
Well, this game, unfortunately, had devastating news for the New York Giants, and on behalf of everybody here, speedy and healthy recovery wishes to Cam Scatterboo.
Yeah, I wish I hadn't seen that photo.
No, definitely not.
Hey.
Like, that was an absolutely horrific injury and heartbreaking, too, because the Giants were feeling a lot of good vibes, shall we say. Him and Jackson Dart were sparking the franchise. They were much needed elements to this team to kind of say, hey, we're not done with the season yet. But losing Scatterbo like they did, it's not looking great.
No.
And especially like you touched upon, Philly came in, obviously being embarrassed that they were defeated earlier in the season. They came back with a vengeance. Saquon Barkley came out with a 65-yard touchdown on his first carry.
Yep.
So
averaged 10.7 yards a carry.
Yeah, so he set the pace high early, and the Eagles played up to that ability. So they obviously want to make this a statement game. I think anytime you have 2 rushers that go over for 100 yards, it's going to make for a long day. And
especially good for Philly's offense because A.J. Brown did not play.
No, definitely interesting to see what's going on there.
Mm-hmm.
They have said that they're not planning on trading him, but the deadline is coming up very, very quickly. So stay tuned, ... But in the meantime, they are looking like Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah.
They did everything right. I mean, granted, there were some questionable calls by the referees, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But you're going to have that every game. It's just how you rebound from it. And Philly definitely imposed their will. The Giants, as soon as Scottaboo went out, their wind went out of their sails. and that's unfortunate because he's a spark plug. He gets everybody on that bench going. Jackson Dart did everything he could for his first time being in Philly and playing in that environment. I thought he did as well as he could.
Oh, yeah.
But the Giants don't have enough talent to compete right now with Philly. Like, granted, Scottaboo's there. He makes up a lot of ground. They have a run game going on. But once Philly got rolling, they just didn't look back.
No, and it's definitely, like you said, it's a terrible situation for Scattaboo. And like you said, well wishes and concerns. Although I did hear the head of the Philadelphia security there brought him some food. Which
Dom did.
Dom brought him some food for his family, which is really nice to see. And hey, just hope he gets well soon and gets back to where he can be able to play, because you hate to see that happen no matter who the player is.
Yeah, he's got a long road to recovery, but trust me, he's motivated. He'll come back. I have no doubt about that. So it's just a matter of when. So
for these two teams the next couple of weeks, for the Eagles, they're on a bye this upcoming Sunday. They come back on Monday Night Football on the road playing the Green Bay Packers.
Ooh, that'll be a good game.
Week 11, they are at home playing the Detroit Lions. That'll be Sunday Night Football. And then week 12, they are on the road playing the Dallas Cowboys.
2 out of 3 is not going to be is going to be a real test for him. Dallas, I don't know. Dallas, I mean, it's rivals.
Yep.
So I assume they'll get up for the game, but let's face it.
Yep.
Green Bay and Detroit is going to be a tough challenge for him.
Next, for the Giants, this upcoming Sunday, they have a home game against the San Francisco 49ers. Week 10 is on the road playing the Chicago Bears. Week 11 at home playing the Green Bay Packers. And then week 12 on the road playing the Detroit Lions. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, oh, well, they're going to get their butts kicked this upcoming Sunday. Remember, it's a home game. So it's a West Coast team coming east, and it's early.
Well, the Giants have a chance. I mean, they legitimately do, because San Francisco is banged up with injuries. Granted, George Kittle just came back.
True.
But the 49ers are, I would say they should win that one, but I don't think they're going to win by about 14 points. I think it'll be a lot closer than anybody thinks.
There it is. The line is currently San Francisco by 2.5.
Yeah, I was going to say, that line being that close, this is not an easy W for the 49ers.
So if you're a betting man, I'd wait till about Saturday night, early Sunday morning to put my bet down.
Always Sunday morning. Always. But that's just going to be one of the games to keep an eye out for this weekend. Another one that definitely had our attention, and you know, for all the drama that it was. Because let's face it, anytime you're involving Aaron Rodgers in something these days, it's now known for drama instead of football, which is sad to see, but it is the case. I mean, he is, on that farewell tour, let's be honest.
Polarizing figure.
But this is a matchup. The only thing that would have made this a little more interesting if it was in Lambeau.
Yes. That would have been amazing.
No, but unfortunately not. But this is a game that the Green Bay Packers showed up in Pittsburgh. And, Pat, what went down?
The Packers ended up winning by the final score of 35-25. Jordan Love. 29-37, 360 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Shout out to the Green Bay Packers offensive line. 0 sacks.
Yeah.
Gotta love that. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, Aaron Rodgers went 24-36, 219 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions for Pittsburgh. On the rushing side, it was Jalen Warren, 13 carries, 62 yards, no touchdowns. And for the Packers, it was Emmanuel Wilson, 11 carries, 61 yards, 0 touchdowns. For the Packers in receiving, it was Tucker Kraft, 7 catches, 143 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, averaged 20.4 yards a catch. Longest was 59 yards. Good grief. And then for Pittsburgh, it was Rowan Wilson with 4 catches, 74 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Well, this game can easily be called a fourth quarter game.
Yeah.
Because Pittsburgh was dominating this to start out with. I mean, by the end of the third quarter, they were up 19-14.
Yep.
Green Bay scored 21 in the fourth quarter. So put that in perspective. And Pittsburgh just could not get their offensive going at the right time late. But this is all where Jordan Love has shown that experience and is making a argument. I'm not going to say he's there just yet.
Sure.
But when you think about the elite quarterbacks in the NFL, Love has stepped up into this role, and he's on that borderline of breaking through.
He's definitely moving up the tier list.
Oh, absolutely. And I think wins like this definitely solidify that argument.
Yeah, because Pittsburgh, for as kind of iffy as the team can be these days, still a hard place to go into and play.
Oh, absolutely. And Aaron Rodgers is still playing at I will say high level. I mean,
Sure.
he's not the MVP level
Sure.
that he was.
I mean, 2
was.
touchdowns, no interceptions in 219. That's still good.
No, he's still playing at a very comparable level
Yeah.
for the NFL. But, like I say, Warren had a solid game running.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of what can your defense do. And this is where Jordan Love really made that connection with Tucker Kraft. Mm-hmm. And when Kraft is busting away yards, this is going to be a real problem for teams to cover because especially when they're locking in on Josh Jacobs, to see somebody else step up and steal the spotlight in this situation, that's huge.
Oh, absolutely.
And especially for Green Bay, that let's face it, would you say they have a true number one wide receiver on their roster?
Not yet.
No, and it's not a slight to them by any means. But when you start thinking about if they can develop a number one there, you give Jordan Love this many weapons, he's going to make a run deep in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
And the one thing that I know everybody's kind of fallen back in love with Detroit, as they should, Green Bay is still 5-1.
True.
I mean, granted,
5-1-1.
Yeah, the tie hurts.
Yeah.
The tie really hurts.
Yeah.
But you can't take anything away from the development of Jordan Love, and as long as he's behind center, they're going to have a chance to win every game. This showed it because Pittsburgh is no slouch in this division. Because you think if they had won, they go to 5-2,
Yeah.
and then where are they in the rankings? Like that's where you have to keep this in perspective. This is a playoff team that they defeated. Green Bay did. So this is a solid win for Jordan Love to build from. And then where we go from here, that's going to be the fun storyline.
Hey, listen, if Pittsburgh had anything going for them, it was the Charlie Brown-like uniforms they were wearing.
Oh, no, get rid of those. Never, never again.
The Schultz estate is going to want a cut of that earnings.
Yeah.
For the Green Bay Packers next couple of weeks, this upcoming Sunday, they are at home against the Carolina Panthers. Week 10, they are at home against the Philadelphia Eagles. And then week 11, on the road playing the New York Giants. And then week 12, at home against the Minnesota Vikings. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, this upcoming Sunday, they have a tough test because, well, they're at home playing the Indianapolis Colts.
Real test there.
Then week 10, Sunday Night Football, they're on the road playing the L.A. Chargers.
Yeah.
And then week 11, they are at home playing the Cincinnati Bengals. And then week 12, they are on the road playing the Chicago Bears.
I have to remember the Chargers are, nah.
Yeah, true.
Nah.
Yeah.
But, they're not like the Rams. Yeah. But, no, there's going to be some solid football going on for both of those teams. And
Absolutely.
for Pittsburgh, I mean, they're still in the AFC hunt. So that's the big takeaway.
I think technically they're still the AFC North division leader.
Right, but that's getting a little too close for comfort there.
They are indeed still the division leader in the North.
Yeah. So as long as they keep winning, they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Another team that keeps winning.
Oh, boy.
And I don't want to take a victory lap on this.
Okay.
But remember in the preseason show, I said if you give Daniel Jones an offensive line, you're going to see what he's made of. And right now, as we record, he's in that MVP conversation.
Oh, absolutely.
You can't deny that.
No.
Will he win? I don't think so. No, I don't think he will because he has Jonathan Taylor.
I was going to say, there's another dude on his team competing for the award.
Right, but this one, I mean, this will be very short and sweet to the point. The Colts are for real. Let's talk about it, Pat.
Yeah, the Colts beat the Tennessee Titans by the final score of 38-14. Daniel Jones, 21-29, 272 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Cam Ward, 22-38, 259 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Tyjae Spears was the leading rusher for Tennessee, 9 carries, 59 yards, 1 touchdown. Jonathan Taylor was the leading rusher for Indianapolis, 12 carries, 153 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. And then for Indianapolis on receiving, it was Michael Pittman Jr., 8 catches, 95 yards, 1 touchdown. And for the Tennessee Titans, it was Chamir Dyke going 7 catches, 93 yards, and no touchdowns.
Well, this game can be easily summed up as the Colts, one of the elite teams in the NFL. Tennessee, one of the worst. And even if it's a division game, the fact that the Colts came out and were up 10-0 at the end of the first quarter, they were setting the tone early. Now, was it a runaway? No. But once they came in that second half, that's when the Colts really turned it on. And when you get Jonathan Taylor going over 100 yards, he's going to have a solid prediction that your team's going to win.
Sure.
Like I say, he's going to have a solid day, and this usually leads to a big W, and it did because it opened up the passing game. Pittman Jr. had a great game, and to see the ball spread around as much as Daniel Jones did, this goes again to show his growth as a quarterback, that now he has a solid offensive line, arguably the best in the NFL.
You can make that argument.
And he's pulling off what you should be setting the example for. Mm-hmm. And that is he's pulling off a solid performance and setting the tempo for his team. Because let's face it, the Colts are not exactly a flashy team by any means.
No, God, no.
They're very steady. That's all they do. They play solid football on both sides of the ball. He is just making sure that he's managing games, but he's also imposing his factors onto the field, which is he's spreading the ball out to many receivers. He doesn't have one favorite target. Even though Pittman got 8 receptions, still Warren also had 4 there. Downs had 3. So he's getting the ball to everybody. So it's making that so tough for defenses to handle. And then you got the Titans on the other side of the ball, which, I mean, let's just face it, they're bad.
They are indeed bad. I mean, listen, it's a rookie quarterback. It is an interim head coach. It is about as ideal a situation as, well, I can't think of the appropriate soliloquy for this, but it's a less than ideal situation for what it is.
Yeah,
it's
bad.
It's bad for Titans fans. This season is going to be rough, but hopefully, you find a guy. Either the interim guy becomes your full-time guy, and he's able to right the ship, or it's only going to get more ugly from here.
Yeah, enough said.
Only thing that concerns me is, and I'm going to pour some water on the whole Colts thing, because I've been going back and forth the last couple of minutes between their schedule and the standings, and I almost wonder, and this is, me taking my Patriots fanness out of this and just me looking at this as a quasi-journalist, I guess you could say. The only thing that concerns me is I've been going back and forth for their entire season thus far. So thus far, they've played the Miami Dolphins, Denver Broncos, the Tennessee Titans twice, the L.A. Rams, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Arizona Cardinals, and the L.A. Chargers.
Yeah.
Of those 8 teams, of which they have a 7-1 record, and the only loss they have this season is to the L.A. Rams.
Yeah.
3 of those teams, 3 are currently above 500.
Well,
that's the only concerning thing to me is this and this is something I think we'll see play out over the remainder of the rest of the regular season, because they've got some interesting matchups coming up. They've got Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Kansas City, Houston, Jacksonville twice, Seattle, San Francisco, and another game against Houston. So we will see this coming up. Are these guys for real? Or is this just a case of you're beating the brakes off the teams that you ought to beat the brakes off of?
It's a great debate. I will give you that. It's a great debate. But like you said, they got Pittsburgh coming up.
Yep.
That'll be a real test.
Yep.
Atlanta, listen, depends on what Atlanta team shows up. We've if you're a longtime listener, you know where we stand on Atlanta.
This is true.
Kansas City will be a real test for them. Mm-hmm. So after that, though, Houston, I think they'll split with.
Okay.
Jacksonville, that's another one you don't know.
That's 2 division games, and that's late in the season.
Because
the first Jacksonville game isn't until the first week of December, and then the other game they have against Jacksonville is the second to last week of the year.
I will say this: I'll say they'll split between the division rivals.
Right.
Seattle is no joke. They'll play them close.
San Francisco, who the hell knows these days?
Yeah, exactly. You can't. The 49ers are going to be 49ers.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't know. So
Yeah.
I will say this. Let's watch how they do against Pittsburgh and Kansas City.
Sure.
And I think we can make that benchmark then.
Sure.
But I will say this. When I watch this team play, and hear me out when I say this.
Yeah.
I don't get the same vibe than when I did when Denver went on that streak.
Oh, okay.
Like a season or 2 ago, where
Right.
they were like 5-0, 6-0.
Right.
And who they faced? Miami. It was like Miami, the Jets. Like they faced all the teams that were 0-3. Like the Giants were like this too.
Yes.
So it's like I don't get the vibe when I see this team, because what I see on this team is an offense that is running on all cylinders and a very steady defense. So unlike those other teams I mentioned, I don't think it's a flash in the pan by any means. Mm-hmm. I think this team is legit. Mm-hmm. Now, the Pittsburgh and Kansas City game, those are going to be the 2 tests. So if they get blown out, like let's say Pittsburgh blows them out by 14,
right?
They're pretenders. You'll have to say it then. If Kansas City does, I kind of give a little more grace to. Mm-hmm. Just because with Pittsburgh should not be able to put up like a blowout win on them. If Kansas City does, I could kind of understand it because they got a lot of their offensive weapons back. Mahomes is now in his prime era, would you say? Aaron Rodgers is past the prime. So, like, you're going to have to watch those two games, and that's going to be the assessment that you do of this team. Anything else after that, barring any injuries, like, they should win outright.
Yeah, no, they should.
So
they should.
We'll
see, though.
They're going to be in the playoffs no matter what. I'll say that's the safest lock.
Yeah.
We can do.
So for the two teams, for the Colts, as I alluded to, they've got the Pittsburgh Steelers this upcoming Sunday. That'll be a road game. The next week is Week 10. Technically a home game against Atlanta, but if you look at the schedule, 9:30 a.m. Eastern, which means it's overseas. It's over in Berlin, Germany. So if you watch the game, there'll be at least one rendition of Country Road.
Yes.
After that, they've got a bye week because, hey, they're coming back across the Atlantic Ocean. Then Week 12 is the road game. I'm surprised this is 1 o'clock in all honesty. This, if anything gets flexed, this one might get flexed, is the Kansas City game. Because right now that's scheduled for 1 o'clock on CBS, but would not be surprised if that gets flexed out. We'll see.
Yeah, that's true.
And then for the Tennessee Titans, the next couple of weeks, should be interesting because they've got the LA Chargers this upcoming Sunday. That is a home game.
Ugh.
Yeah, and then they've got a bye week in Week 10. Coming out of the bye week, they've got a home game against the Houston Texans, and then a home game against the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, Tennessee just get through the season.
Yeah.
I mean, like, it's just being honest.
Listen, I fear for Cam Ward a couple games later this season. Listen to this stretch. Week 14, Cleveland Browns, which we'll get to them in a minute.
Yeah.
Week 15, San Francisco 49ers. Week 16, Kansas City Chiefs.
I
fear for Cam Ward's safety.
That's a real rough stretch for him.
Tell me about it.
But you know what? He knew this going in.
Oh, yeah.
So, like I say, anybody that's thinking Tennessee was going to the Super Bowl this year is sadly mistaken. We all knew they weren't going to go. And they have a lot of rebuilding to do.
No,
I'm just hoping that in the offseason, for his sake, the front office gets him some help.
Good Lord. Yeah.
Because otherwise you're going to waste his time.
Yeah.
We said this many moons ago about Dallas.
Yeah.
That they needed to go get some help, and they made some moves, sure, but let's be honest, Dallas is another team that you never know what you're going to get out.
They're like the LA Chargers. You never know.
No, definitely not. And this was a game that they could have won. And,
surprised.
And, yeah, this was a surprising big loss for them. Sorry, Dre. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so the Denver Broncos beat the Dallas Cowboys 44-24. Bo Nix, 19 of 20, 247 yards passing, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Kudos to the Denver Broncos offensive line, 0 sacks.
Yeah.
For Dallas, it was Dak Prescott going 19 of 31, 188 yards passing, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions. And then for Dallas, it was Javonte Williams going 13 carries, 41 yards, and 2 touchdowns, leading the way for Dallas. For Denver, it was J.K. Dobbins, 15 carries, 111 yards, no touchdowns. For Denver receiving, it was Troy Franklin, 6 catches, 89 yards, 2 touchdowns. And for Dallas, it was George Pickens going 7 catches, 78 yards, and no touchdowns.
I'm not going to say that they fell in love with the big W's they've been getting lately.
Mm-hmm.
But something about this game, they just didn't seem right.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a situation that Bo Nix really showed a lot of poise.
Yeah.
And really stepped up and led this team. And for the Broncos, we've heard all preseason they were supposed to run away with the division. The Chiefs now have competition.
Mm-hmm.
I think in this game, I finally saw what people were saying.
Okay.
Because Denver's 6-2 now.
True.
And this is a very quiet 6-2.
Mm-hmm.
They're not making a ton of headlines, I think, because everybody's watching the Chiefs now having their quote-unquote resurgence. And this team is flying under the radar very, very steadily.
Yeah.
And I think that that's great for him, even though, like I say, with Sean Payton being there, this team did get to the playoffs last year. Didn't work out in their favor.
Yeah.
But this is a solid win to build from, especially if you're dropping double-digit points in most of the 3 out of 4 quarters.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas, on the other hand, really struggled to get going.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to say why. I mean, CeeDee Lamb still 7 catches, 74 yards.
Yeah.
Pickens 7 and 78.
Yeah.
So it's like you had your wide receivers going, but the run game just did not really progress that far. I mean,
no.
With Williams only getting 41 yards, the next leading rusher was Dak at 31.
Yeah. Which, when your quarterback's that high in your rushing chart, rushing stat line, not good.
Yeah, so they never got going, and that defense they were getting tore apart.
Yeah.
and that's the easiest way to put it. Like it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to over sensationalize it. They got tore apart.
No,
Frank,
no, it wasn't. Hey, fun fact: there were almost 4 current or former New England Patriot quarterbacks on the field on Sunday.
yeah, that was wild.
Mac Jones, obviously playing out in San Francisco with the 49ers. Drake May, obviously the easy one. Joe Milton III got some time here in the Dallas game. Of course, former Patriot for 1 season. And then if things had gotten a little more out of control out in Denver, we could have seen the greatest quarterback in Patriots history come out off the bench in Denver. Jarrett Stidham, baby. Why do I say the greatest quarterback of all time? His first career pass in the NFL was a pick 6, and they had to bring Brady back in the game.
Yep,
Don't believe me? Go look up the footage.
it's incredible. It's
So
absolutely
you almost
incredible.
had 4 current or former New England Patriot quarterbacks on the field on Sunday.
Yeah, but Denver didn't need to do that.
Yeah.
Like I say, Bo finished out the game surprisingly.
Bo's looking real good.
You know, and I gotta give kudos to him because I honestly thought when he came out, because obviously coming from Oregon,
You never know.
you don't. I mean, it's kind of like the curse of USC and Alabama when you're quarterbacks.
I was just thinking that, yeah.
You know, Oregon usually doesn't pan out, but with him and Sean Payton, like they're making that connection. They're
Yeah.
getting the most out of him. So listen,
Get him a couple. You know what? They're fine on weapons right now. Get him maybe 1, 2 more.
they need something in the
To get some
offseason.
defense.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't have a real defensive lock
No.
yet. Like I say, you need somebody that's going to lock everybody down.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I say, shut down the run games. You
Yeah.
need somebody.
Yeah.
I just, like I say, there's nothing against anybody on that squad right now, but they need somebody to really be that enforcer up the middle there.
True.
But, you know, like I say, solid win overall, and then obviously, are they going to give the Chiefs a run? That's the storyline I'm looking at now.
We'll see. For the Denver Broncos this upcoming Sunday, they are on the road playing the Houston Texans. Then week 10, short week, they're at home against the Las Vegas Raiders on Prime Video, so that'll be on Thursday Night Football. Week 11, home game against the Kansas City Chiefs.
That'll be a must-watch.
And then they got a bye week in week 12. For the Dallas Cowboys this upcoming Sunday, they are at home. On this upcoming Monday. They're at home against the Arizona Cardinals, so that'll be on ESPN, ABC, whatever else they decide to do because, hey, double headers. All right.
Is that still a thing?
I hope not.
Ugh.
Week 10, they're on a bye. They're coming out of the bye week. They've got another Monday Night Football game. Hey, NFL fans, you like this many Cowboy national televised games?
Oh, that's America's team, allegedly.
Allegedly from the 70s, and they haven't won anything since the 90s.
Yeah.
But this the Week 11 game is on the road playing the Las Vegas Raiders. So expect plenty of shots at Tom Brady because ESPN. And then Week 12 should be an interesting one because, well, it's a home game against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Well, that's going to be a true test for him. Like I really think if Dallas 3-4, they could come into that game being 5-4.
Yeah.
Legitimately.
True.
So I'm not saying the playoffs are on the line, but if they can somehow pull off a win against Philly, they'd go to 6-4. They're in that title contention for the AFC East or NFC East rather. So I mean, anything's possible because then the week after they got Kansas City, and I don't think they're winning that one.
No, there's no chance.
But we'll have to wait and see.
So going around the rest of the league, we'll start with the Thursday night game, which was the Los Angeles Chargers beating the Minnesota Vikings 37-10. And folks, if you saw the little factoid that came out, I think it was the day of the game, you should have seen this coming because the Minnesota Vikings have not won, now this next part's a key part, a road game on a Thursday night in 47 years. They have not won a road game on a Thursday since 1978. Yikes.
Well, I mean, let's face it. When Carson Wentz is your quarterback at this stage in the game,
And then he goes down.
yeah, this,
Shout out Max Brosmer,
yeah. I mean,
the legend out of Minnesota.
I don't want to pile on it. You know, the amount of stuff that's getting said about this team and everything with the Vikings, like because the season's going downhill quick.
Spent 3 seasons at the University in New Hampshire. Shout out to the Wildcats.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not kidding. I'm looking at his.
I know you.
college
I know
stats.
you are. I can't do it. Like I say,
Career 86 touchdowns in college.
Pad's going into it.
I'm the number 1 Max Brosmer fan.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could get that jersey.
Club of 2.
Yep. But listen, the Vikings are just not playing up to snuff. I mean, without McCarthy in there, that season is not.
Which it sounds like he might be playing this upcoming week.
I think for their
That's
sake,
the early word?
He has to. He has to. There's no question about
Because
it.
otherwise, you got to go to like your practice squad or get somebody else that's a free agent.
I don't know what you do
Because there's a couple free agents. So,
yeah, but
like I think Taylor Heineke's available. There's a couple guys.
But at this stage, though, to get them over
Yeah.
Green Bay,
I mean, listen, not
Detroit,
everybody can do a Baker Mayfield.
yeah, that's the whole thing. It's like unfortunately, I don't think they're gonna catch lightning in a bottle.
Probably not.
You know, the only person I feel so bad for is Justin Jefferson because he's
Yeah.
got to be losing his mind right now.
Yeah, wasting the prime years of his career.
Yeah. So, but the Chargers did Charger things. So.
Next up, we're going to try and talk about a team that you and I can't figure out, and I don't think the rest of the NFL can figure it out, because 1 week ago, after Tua turned the ball over, Tua didn't turn the ball over because they beat up the Atlanta Falcons 34-10. 205 yards passing and 4 touchdowns from Tua. Good Lord.
I will simplify this extremely well for you, Pat.
Okay.
Who is Atlanta?
What is Atlanta?
Atlanta thought they were Super Bowl contenders because they beat the Bills. And they came in there and thought they could just turn it on against Miami. And I will give credit where credit is due.
Were they listening to too much Jermaine Dupri?
Something. Because Tua came in with a fire lit under him.
Only missed 6 passes.
Yeah.
Quarterback rating of 138.6.
And I think that he finally stepped up and said, okay, I'm going to show you I can be an NFL quarterback. Yeah. Kudos to him.
Yeah.
I don't dislike him. In all honesty, I hope.
Sure.
With everything he's gone through, I'm hoping he finishes his career out healthy. That's my only thing with him. But he led this team. Now, this team is still bad.
Yeah.
There's no question about that.
No, they are.
But Atlanta did not play up to their opponent's level. Mm-hmm. They should have came in there like they faced the Bills. Yeah. They got up for the Bills. They did not get up for the Dolphins. And the Dolphins, listen, they want to play because they care.
Yeah.
That I think Tua of anybody else, and granted, in my full heart of hearts, in my opinion, I think this team is so dysfunctional. Yeah. He's the only person that cares about winning.
When you allegedly, like do you say that little word?
Yes.
Allegedly have players, checked out and not showing up for team meetings, allegedly, it's not a good look.
No, so the fact he showed up, that's the only person who cared, and he single-handedly beat Atlanta.
Well, and especially, too, the thing that's not helping them is like you said, how dysfunctional the team is, but also just how bad their run game is. Mm-hmm. Their career high for rushing in a game this season was Week 6 against the LA Chargers, where Kane went for 128 points. After that, it's been 55, 30, 62, 99, 16, 82, and 67.
Yeah, they're just bad.
I realize it's a pass-happy offense in the NFL this year, but you still need a run game to set up the passing.
I will say this: I will be surprised if Waddle is still there at the end of the season.
I'll be surprised if he's there past the trade deadline.
That's the thing. I think he winds up in New York. I think he winds up with the Giants.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask you which one. Okay.
No, I think the Jets are selling. Jets are selling everything. They're like
Kitchen sink too.
I wouldn't doubt it at this stage. I think they're on full dismantle mode.
Yeah.
Ironically, we're going there next.
Yeah, I'll say because the Jets, finally got a win, and beat the Cincinnati Bengals 39-38.
I mean,
so all it took was your owner humiliating you on national media for you guys to win?
Yeah.
What are you, masochists?
Yeah, I have no words for this team.
Hey, hell of a performance from Justin Fields. You know what it was, to be serious for a moment? They did this for Nick Mangold.
Yeah, I will say this. Yes.
Which, to be serious and all kidding aside, terrible tragedy to learn of what happened to Nick Mangold over the weekend, especially after, I believe it was 13 days after asking the public for a kidney transplant because those in his immediate circle were not a match. To have that come out. And if you haven't seen the video from ESPN Sunday NFL Countdown with Rex Ryan talking about it, go watch that if you want an idea of just how much this guy was beloved by his teammates and coaches. I will say this as a Patriots fan, never was a fan of the Jets, especially with how Ryan beat us those 2 years in the playoffs. But I respected the hell out of Nick Mangold.
Yeah.
So that I think they had a little bit of a heavenly helping down there with them with Nick Mangold, because the thing I notice, for as bad as this offense has been, 0 sacks.
Yeah, I will say this.
And even Breece Hall, who threw a pass, didn't get sacked.
Yeah. I will say this. I mean, obviously, our deepest condolences go out to his family, friends, and fans. Nick represented the Jets, and yeah, sure, they might be a losing franchise, but he really embraced the good of that franchise.
Yeah,
And the fact that, like, he embraced New York, too. Like, you'd see him out at Ranger games.
Oh, my God. All the time.
You know, like I say, and they needed somebody like that to really be the face of the franchise. And he was, and especially during the Rex Ryan era.
Yep.
You know, like I say, and it's just a devastating tragedy.
Yeah.
Like I say, that's, you know, it's absolutely horrible to hear at 41 years old. It's
Yeah.
just, oh, my, like.
Kidney disease at 41.
Yeah. So,
Crazy.
I mean, but yeah, for the Jets, yeah, like you touched upon, Pat, you know, it's a win, and, you know, like I say, dedicated to Nick. Like I say, that's the win right there, because with how bad this team was playing.
Yeah.
You know, and I was going to say, because my take was going to be the Bengals. We don't know where we're going to get from the Bengals each week.
No, you don't.
So for the Jets to step up, though.
And I don't think Burrow being there instead of Flacco helps us at all. Because Flacco threw for 223 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. So
I don't know what more Burrow could have done to make this better.
Burrow might have done something, but like I say, I forgot when you mentioned, you know, going into that, it was they played with extra emotion, and it showed. And
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And once again, you know, our deepest condolences go out to his family, friends, and fans.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Then you had the Baltimore Ravens beat the Chicago Bears 30-16.
The fact that the Ravens with Tyler Huntley,
Who?
Yeah, beat the Bears.
Who?
This is a bad loss for the Bears. So I'm sorry. This is a bad loss for the Bears. Solid win for the Ravens. And now, I mean.
Well, apparently, according to reports, one Lamar Jackson coming back on Thursday.
Well, if they have any shot of being in the playoffs, Lamar has to come back. And that's the big takeaway. Because if they went to 1-6, the season was done.
Right.
Now looking at it in that division, the Steelers are now 4-3.
I believe so.
The Ravens are 2-5. So in theory,
they're not mathematically out of it.
They're not mathematically out, but in theory, they could still be in that conversation. So if Lamar comes back and he is the Lamar of old, they have a chance.
No, they do.
Now, I just don't know, coming back from a hamstring like that, that is definitely not the easiest thing to come back from.
No,
especially with
probably
how the team.
Probably don't need a QB spy every play.
No, definitely not. So it's a real question of, can they pull it off? Can they get there? I don't know. I'm going to say this: we'll just have to see how he plays. I'd like to see him as a competitor to get back there.
Yeah,
but listen, I'm going to keep it 100. I don't know. I don't know how he's going to bounce back.
Hamstrings are a tricky thing.
Yeah, because if he does something wrong while he's running for a couple plays, the first couple series are going to really kind of give me a good understanding of what's going to happen there.
Then you had the Houston Texans beat the San Francisco 49ers 26-15.
Surprising loss, I will say, even though the 49ers played very, very tight.
Yeah, good game from Stroud.
Yeah, but Stroud, he
318 too.
He bounced back. I was actually talking with a few people about this online. And Stroud, really had time to pick apart the defense. That's something he really has not had a lot of. So he took full advantage of the extra moments and really capitalized.
And this is without Nico Collins.
Yes.
Nico Collins, much to my chagrin, fantasy, did not play. Leading receiver Xavier Hutchinson.
Who?
Exactly.
Yeah.
5 catches, 69 yards.
Hey.
So, hey, good game.
Solid win for Houston, though.
Yeah. Then you had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the New Orleans Saints 23-3.
Baker Mayfield, no touchdowns.
Go figure.
And yet they still put up 23 on the Saints.
Go figure.
Saints are bad. Alvin Kamara does not want to leave.
6 carries, 21 yards.
What can you say?
Get him out of there. I have him on fantasy.
If some team is going to win the NFC South, it's going to be Tampa Bay. That's just by default. It's just by default.
Yeah, and then you had the last one because we talked the Broncos Cowboys, the Colts Titans, and then we also talked the Packers Steelers already. You had the Monday night game where the Kansas City Chiefs beat the Washington Commanders 28-7. I'll say this because I was talking with a buddy of ours, well-known Chiefs fan, to those who know him locally.
Yes.
Good win for the Chiefs, but I think if Jaden Daniels plays this game, I don't know if it's the same outcome.
1,000,000% agree with you.
Because Marcus Mariota is not Jaden Daniels.
Here is the big takeaway I have from this one. At halftime, it's 7-7. The Chiefs scored 21 unanswered.
Yep.
If Jaden Daniels is playing, this game's a lot closer, if not a Washington win. The Chiefs, they pulled it out. They're getting hot at the right time.
Holy smokes, the Chiefs had them by 9 minutes in time of possession.
Yeah. No, it was crazy. Like the second half adjustments they
Holy
did.
cow.
You can't take anything away from that. Rasheed Rice, since he's come back, he's been playing very well. He's given Travis Kelce a little break in coverage. Kelsey's
They got him beat by 15 plays, too.
yeah.
Holy
No,
smokes.
that's what I said. The whole second half was all Chiefs.
I was watching wrestling instead of this. So.
Yeah. No, that's what I say. Like when I was catching up on this, I was like, they won. But that's the whole problem with Washington.
Yeah.
If you take Daniels out of this, and I'm sorry, Washington fans, say what you will here.
Yeah.
If you take him out of this equation, this team is not a playoff team.
The offense is good.
Offense is serviceable.
Yeah.
But he makes up a lot of ground for this team.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, Debo, 3 catches.
Yeah, that's not exactly what you're paying him for.
Right. So
On 6 targets, by the way.
yeah, that's the whole problem. So listen, Mariota, he's not the guy to lead this team.
Right.
Then that's why he's the backup. But it is what it is.
No, I mean, they need to work on their defense just because I'm looking at the guys that, are listed on their defense as having stats on this. And the one that jumps out to me is, okay, you got Bobby Wagner there. But this is Bobby Wagner, who's now in his 13th NFL season and turned 35 back in June.
Wagner got burnt badly
Yeah, I mean,
in that one touchdown.
This isn't the Bobby Wagner of old.
No, it's just father time caught up with him.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Washington,
Yeah.
like it's a day and night difference without Daniels.
Oh, absolutely.
So
Absolutely. Then we got to talk about our two teams. I'll start with mine first, where you had the New England Patriots beat to the Cleveland Browns by the final score of 32-13. Best defense in the NFL, my ass. One guy on that defense is phenomenal. I'll get to that in a minute. Drake May, 18 of 24, 282 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Dylan Gabriel, 21 of 35, 156 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Malachi Corley, 1 carry, 31 yards, and no touchdowns for your leading rusher. Travian Henderson led the way for the Patriots in rushing, 10 carries, 75 yards, 0 touchdowns. And then for receiving, it was your boy, the Bishop, as I might start calling him based on his costume on Sunday. Mac Hollins, 7 catches, 89 yards, no touchdowns. And for the Cleveland Browns, it was Harold Fannin Jr., 6 catches, 62 yards, and 1 touchdown. So I will admit, I thought about picking this one for locks and leads, but I was like, I don't know. Everyone's talking about how good Cleveland's defense is. Cleveland's defense, one of the best defenses in the NFL. Let's give credit where credit is due. Drake May got sacked 6 times on Sunday, which not great, but 5 of those were from Myles Garrett.
Yep.
Which I don't care who you've got on your offensive line. If they're going up against Myles Garrett, they're going to have a rough day.
Yep.
The Patriots very early, because I was coming back, I was listening to the game on Sirius XM radio, because on the app you get the team broadcasts. And very early in that game, the Patriots were running 2 tight ends, and almost always they're on the Myles Garrett end of things. So Myles was going to be a problem all day. He broke or tied a team record for number of sacks in a game, but he still lost. So to those folks who are sitting there going, oh, best defense in the NFL, my ass.
the thing about it is Cleveland is a solid defense. Myles Garrett makes up for a lot.
This is true.
But granted, I don't want to hear him say anything about winning and losing because he opted to stay. He took the bag.
He requested a trade.
Yep.
And then signed the contract.
Yeah, I'm not, like I say, so anything about that, I'm just ignoring if it gets messaged to me. I'm not listening. But the problem is with the Browns do not have an offensive identity.
No.
And I don't care how great,
your leading rusher was Malachi Corley. 1 carry.
But here's the thing. This is where the comparison I'm going with.
Okay.
The Browns have a great defense. They don't have a great offense. This is not like the same with the Baltimore Ray Lewis teams when Trent Dilfer was quarterback. So this is something people need to realize. They have a great defense, but you need something to balance it out. And when this team is on the field, and I mean the defensive team is on the field as much as they are, they're going to run out of gas. And the fact that they shut down New England in the 4th quarter is great.
Right.
But you go 2 quarters scoreless.
Well, we went 2 quarters scoreless. And if I'm not mistaken, the 3rd quarter, or no, it was the 4th quarter, I think, where we had the Patriots had the safety.
Yeah. So you have to keep that in perspective.
Yeah.
So this Browns team they're not going to develop until they get some offensive weapons around him.
No.
Like, say, Judkins is supposed to be the guy.
Quinton Judkins.
Judkins, I'm sorry.
9 carries, 19 yards. No touchdowns.
Yeah, so
his longest was 6 yards.
Yeah, so
and then receiving 3 catches on 3 targets, -2 yards receiving.
yeah, so that being said, he's not the guy yet.
No.
He just came in off a holdout, or injury rather, or
Yep.
whatever it was. He wasn't with the team. I apologize for
Right.
forgetting. Either way, Gabriel is still a rookie.
Yeah.
Who, I mean, he does not exactly have a veteran leadership behind him because they let Flacco go.
Yep.
So this team is going to be struggling for a while on the offensive side of the ball. Am I saying
Yeah.
a coach should be fired? No. Will it happen? Maybe.
Probably.
I don't know. But this is what the Patriots are now turning into, is the Patriots of old, where they have a team that is subpar in one aspect, and they fully dominated that side of the ball.
Yeah.
Drake May, listen, he's looking great. Can't take anything away from the kid. Their offense is running, and this is something this is a Mike Vrabel offense. Like you don't even need to know he was the coach, and you just watch it and you know it's him.
Sure. I mean, I will say I love the offense, especially, and I can't take credit for the stats. Somebody pointed this out to me. They have had a different receiver as the leading receiver every game, with the exception of 2 weeks. So you had Booty was one, then you had Stevenson, Hunter Henry. The only one they had to repeat was Diggs against Carolina, and then Buffalo, Buffalo.
Yeah.
But after that, it was Booty, Diggs, and Hollins. You do not see the same guy week to week to week to week to week getting the high reception count. They're spreading the ball out very nicely.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. So, the Patriots they're doing everything right at the right time.
Yeah.
Can they keep this up? Debatable. We'll have to see.
We'll
like
see.
I say, I know a lot of people are crowning him. Listen, Patriots were just, it's a matter of time before Vrabel got everybody back on track.
Oh yeah, and the team is bought in.
Yeah, that's the key thing.
The nutty video I saw today, actually, and this kind of eased my nervousness a little bit because I was still waiting on the proverbial powder keg to explode. Was Stephon Diggs, because let's face it, you didn't know from everything you've heard. There was a video, though, that the Patriots put out after one of the series where they had scored, and he went up to McDaniels and he goes, "What do you need?"
Yeah,
and he was total team player, totally bought in. And McDaniels went over him like, "Hey, yeah, you just had that one mess up. Here's what happened." He's like, "Okay." And that was it. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe he's bought in.
Listen, I'll say this, and I mean this in the nicest way possible. As long as he's getting the ball,
Sure.
and he's buying in, you don't have a problem.
Sure.
It's the moment that he checks out
Yeah.
that everything's going to fall apart. I hope for your sake
Yeah.
it doesn't happen, but this happened in Minnesota.
True.
It happened in Buffalo. It didn't happen in Houston because he got hurt.
True.
I'm just saying.
No, that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
We'll see, though. I know they've got Atlanta up next, and they got Tampa Bay, the Jets, and then the Bengals. So, we'll see.
I mean, that's a solid win streak right there, I think.
Yeah, of those next 4 games. Only one I see being a real threat is Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I was going to say, Cincinnati, you don't know what you're going to get out of.
It depends on who shows up. You
Right.
know, if it's Flacco, it could be into something. If it's Burrow, it might be a little more of a something.
Yeah, if Burrow comes back by then. I don't think he is, though. But
I don't think so.
let's see. But last but certainly not least, the Buffalo Bills had a bye week, took full advantage of it, and boy, they put a whooping
Yeah, they did.
on my favorite non-Bills quarterback, Andy Dalton.
The man, the myth, the legend, the man who never has to buy a meal in Buffalo.
Nope. I'm just hoping he comes there as a coach at some point.
He'll be good.
Oh, it'd be full.
Could be good.
It would be a full circle moment there.
Give him a parade.
But the Bills won 40-9.
Good Lord.
Josh doing Josh things. 12 for 19, $163, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. James Cook, have a day, will you? 19 carries, 216 yards,
Good
2
Lord.
touchdowns. And Shakir was the leading wide receiver with 6 catches, 88 yards, and 1 touchdown. On the other side of the ball, I mean, if you really want to talk about it, Andy Dalton, 1 interception, unfortunately for him.
Yeah.
175 yards passing on 24 attempts. Rico Dowell, everybody's fantasy pickup this week, 54 yards, 0 touchdowns on 8 carries. And Tet McMillan, the number 1 draft pick for the Carolina Panthers, 7 catches, 99 yards, 0 touchdowns. This is the Bills on a bye week. They came out with a statement, and they showed up. I mean, that's the big thing.
That was a game they should have won.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah, so this was a game I was glad that they did not look past, because obviously we got Kansas City coming up this week. Mm-hmm. That is a game I know that everybody has circled.
So we've all 4 teams in the AFC have now played the Carolina Panthers.
Yep.
It's just kind of interesting to see where they're at, especially since a lot of people figured they'd be on the upswing by now, and well, it ain't quite happening.
No, it's definitely not. I mean, Carolina's Carolina.
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is.
Also, what does it say about the Jets and the Dolphins that lost on?
Jets and Dolphins are bad, man. They're just bad.
This is true. This is true.
But looking at the schedule, though, Buffalo, Kansas City, home.
Yeah, there might be a person or two that watches that game.
Oh, man, 4 o'clock on CBS. So
It's the only game on in the country.
Yeah.
I looked it up. There's a website, 506sports.com, that if you look every Wednesday, they will put up the map. If you just Google search NFL TV map week, whatever it is, in this case it'd be week 9, Wednesday at I don't know what time it is, they put up the map of what the TV schedule looks like for the NFL. And I'm going through it before we're seeing what's on in our area. Only game on in town. Fox has got one game on Sunday. That's the early game. CBS has got the Bills and Chiefs on late, and they're the only game in town.
Yep. So obviously, you know what we'll be talking about next week. Then the Bills go to Miami the following week. Then they are hosting the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So that'll be a little fun stretch right there.
If you had to take a guess, and I'm hiding it so you can't see it, what would you think the line is on the Chiefs and Bills right now?
Okay, Chiefs and Bills right now.
Right this very second.
I'm going to say the Chiefs are favored because Vegas is, in my opinion, Vegas is back in love with them.
Okay, you are correct. What do you think the spread is?
I'm going to say this because the Bills are still 5-2.
Okay. We don't have a camera, which I kind of do. I'm hiding the screen.
Yeah, he's hiding the screen from me.
I'm hiding the screen.
And I'm not looking. I'm, in fact, a peek behind the curtain. I'm going to look against the wall. So Pat can tape this if he wants.
Verifying. He's looking at the wall.
I am going to say the point spread is 2.
Oh, you're close. It's 1.5.
1.5? Okay.
Chiefs by 1.5.
Well, because the Bills,
and that's what it opened at, so it hasn't moved all that much.
I think you'll see a lot of movement on Sunday.
Oh, guaranteed.
Sunday you'll see some movement. You
guaranteed.
You won't see anything until then. But honestly, this is a game the Bills need to win.
And the Bills' next 4 games, including this one, not as easy as you might think. They got Kansas City, then they got Miami on the road. Which, say whatever you will about Miami. Miami always plays them tough.
They'll get them up. They'll get up for the Bills.
And then they got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Houston Texans.
Yeah,
and the Texans game is a road game
on Thursday.
On Thursday night after you play Tampa Bay.
Yeah, that's a tough stretch. And then the Bills got 10 off, and then they're at Pittsburgh. So I'm not going to say this is a must win, but it is a must win.
Oh yeah,
like I say, for the Bills, if you're really Super Bowl contenders, you have to show up against the Chiefs. Listen, I'm expecting this to be a close game. I expect to have a lot of, heavy breathing on my end and probably throwing my phone against the wall at some point.
Looking away when Tyler Bass goes to kick.
Yeah, he's not there yet, man. Prater's still there. Thank God.
There you go.
He better be.
The Bills need this, though, just because they don't have the division lead, just because the Patriots have, the 1-game advantage over them.
Mm-hmm.
But the Bills are currently the 5th seed in the AFC. So... and it's not that far of a drop off to the 8th seed, because right behind the Bills are the Chargers at 5-3, Chiefs at 5-3. So they're in. Chiefs right there. That's got implications for the playoff seeding. And then you've got the Jaguars at 8th seed at 4-3.
Yeah, I mean, if we can't take the division because of our own foolishness, I don't mind being the 5th seed.
Sure,
because I think that we face Pittsburgh or the AFC North champion. Which, as long as it's not Baltimore, I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I can handle that. But that being said, we gave you a lot of information about Week 8 in the NFL. Now we want to hear from you, ODPH Society. Hit us up on the hashtag. Let us know how your team is doing now, almost at the halfway point of the season, as crazy as that sounds. So let us know what's your take for your team. Hit us up. Let us know. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
You ever wondered what comics Mark from Vale Mai is into? What Zach from Left Behind's favorite MCU movies are? Well, Metalcore Nerds is the show for you. My name is Sean Mott, and here at Metalcore Nerds, we cover the latest things in pop culture, whether it be Star Wars, Marvel, DC, AEW, and everything else in between. You can listen to the show every Monday on Adobe Howl at 7 p.m. Eastern, or find it anywhere you find podcasts after it debuts on the radio station.
Coming back for another segment on this edition of the ODPH podcast. And we have some wrestling to talk about, don't we, Pat?
Yeah, we do.
What's going down this weekend?
It's taking place this Saturday, November 1st, 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific, from the Delta Center in Salt Lake City, Utah. It'll be on Peacock here in the United States, YouTube in most other international markets. Check out your local listings for where it's on in your area. Will be Saturday night's main event. And if the site I'm looking at right now, which, spoiler alert, Wikipedia, is to be believed, it is the 41st incarnation of Saturday night's main event.
I would believe it. Ever since they decided to bring it back to television, it's been a monster hit. Like, it's not the throwback it was in the 80s, but it still is up there. It still holds true. And obviously, the fact that we're doing it at the stage, listen, you can't go wrong with it. So it's a lot of stuff to be excited about. So we're going to break down the card that is, because obviously a lot of moving and shaking going on in the world of pro wrestling. But let's talk about it.
A lot of gold on the line for this card.
Yes.
First of which we're going to talk about was a match that was made just on Monday night because, hey, Dirty Dominic Mysterio is a sly, slippery dude because he's hard to pin down. And that is a triple threat match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship with Dirty Dominic Mysterio defending his belt against Penta and Rusev.
So this has been a fun little mid-card storyline.
Yeah.
I'm not mad about this. Since Rusev has come back to WWE, he's been entertaining.
Yes.
Granted, the camera shot that they did about him sneaking in the ring on Monday was classic.
That was good.
I can't go wrong with that. Penta is still doing solid things in the mid-card stage, which the WWE is utilizing him completely.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I think for separating him and Phoenix,
Makes sense for right now.
It makes sense for right now, but trust me, they'll be reuniting the Lucha Brothers at some point because I think they really want to bolster the tag team division with those two. And then Dominic Mysterio, what can you say? He's the MVP right now of
He
WWE.
is a lot better than I thought he ever would be.
Man, he just keeps getting better and better each and every week. So this is going to be a fun match. I don't see him taking the belt off Dom.
No, especially when you consider he's got the Judgment Day on his side, so obviously Finn and JD, you would presume, will come out there. Plus, there's this whole budding friendship or whatever it is with him and El Grande Americano and his two lackeys.
See, I don't doubt that they're setting up for the breakup from Dom and the Judgment Day.
Ooh.
I think that's happening.
Okay.
Now, when, I'm not going to say War Games because that'd be too soon.
Right.
But don't doubt if by Royal Rumble time that goes down.
I think that may be the case just because, okay, yes, Roxanne Perez is in the Judgment Day. Liv is, still injured, not coming back. From what I was reading, it sounds like she's not coming back this year. It's going to be some point the first quarter or first part of next year.
I think she comes back at Rumble, to be honest with you.
So, but it doesn't feel like they're even trying to replicate what they did when Rhea went out and Liv stepped in the role as like his girlfriend or whatever, whatever you want to call the relationship. So no, I could see them splitting Dom off and doing his own thing. I'd be all right with that.
Well, it makes sense if they want to do that. Like that's the key aspect here. Like Dom is, I don't want to say he needs a group anymore. Like he did when he finally turned heel, he needed a group. You can't say he didn't. But now, look, he's one of the top draws of the company. Whether you love him or you hate him, you're still tuning in to watch him.
Yeah.
So you can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, no, you can't.
So, like I say, I don't argue that one bit. I really don't.
No. Next up is a singles match for the WWE Women's Championship with Tiffany Stratton defending her belt against Jade Cargill.
Well, this one really escalated quickly.
Tell me about it.
Jade Cargill came back. Did the heel turn on Tiffany Stratton?
She's better as a heel.
But she's a million times better as a heel. Like having her as a face, I think holds her back. Like there's some people that are just natural heels of a character. She's a natural heel.
Yep.
So the fact that she's now put in this position, I think she's walking away with the title. I don't think that they're delaying that any longer.
Yeah, no, I think so.
The one thing that I know people complain about Jade a lot is the in-ring work stuff, but listen, she's gotten a lot better adjusting to the WWE style. We have to remember they've been really taking their time with her. So is she a finished product by any means? No. But I think you give her the belt now, and then let's see where we go from here. But I think Tiffany's run has been solid, but I think it's lost steam.
Yeah, no, it definitely has. There isn't really anything jumping out that I'm like, oh, yeah, I can't wait to see them build to blank. Yeah, it's just like she's there, she's defending, but none of it's really memorable.
Well, I think that she won the Money in the Bank, and then I think that she kind of got lost in the shuffle. It's something about when you build up for that championship run.
Yeah.
Chasing it is a lot more interesting than holding the belt.
True.
And I think in her case, this was a situation that was. But it's not to say that if they decided to do a brand split or somehow send her to Raw,
Yeah.
I think that would be a really good move at this point.
Yeah, no, I do too.
So we'll have to see, but I think Jade wins this hands down.
No, I do too. Next up is going to be a singles match for the undisputed WWE Championship with Cody Rhodes defending his belt against Drew McIntyre.
Well, this one, interesting build.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes back from his movie, trying to recapture some steam. Drew McIntyre is always a main event player in the WWE these days. This one, I'm going to say this because I think the ultimate plan is to get Cody and Randy Orton together. I'm going to say the person that's been taking out Jacob Fatu and all them is Randy Orton.
Oh, all right.
And I could see like something happening where Randy gets involved.
Yeah.
In this, Cody retains. I'm going to say
yeah.
easily he retains. Is he going to be clean? I would hope so.
Yeah.
But listen, Drew losing doesn't hurt him at all.
Nope.
Doesn't hurt the stock one bit.
Nope. I agree 100%.
So that being said, it just depends if they want to escalate the Randy program early or they want to wait. I'm going to say they'll probably start planting the seeds at the show here. Like whether there's a backstage segment or something will transpire, they'll start planting those seeds.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And then your main event for the evening is a singles match for the vacant World Heavyweight Championship with CM Punk taking on Jey Uso.
So this one is a very peculiar storyline.
Yeah.
To me. With Seth Rollins being hurt, WWE had to pivot.
Yep.
And with the vision, Braun Breaker is now running the shots.
De facto, yeah.
Yeah, which it's one thing to have Bronson Reed there, which is great. I think because Bronson with Paul Heyman, that only helps. That's nothing wrong there. But they're missing something.
Yeah.
And then you have Jey Uso, who's teetering to a heel turn.
Yep.
The yeet movement seems to have slowed down a little bit. If you notice, he's not really doing all the yeeting.
Yeah.
If I can say that.
Sure.
And then you got Punk, who is in that world title hunt always.
Yeah.
I feel Jey Uso is going to win this.
Ooh.
Because I think he joins the Vision.
Oh, okay.
And I think that this is how we set up for War Games with the Vision. And maybe, just maybe, because of Paul Heyman, we have a Beast Incarnate that's around too.
Ooh, all right.
So your other side of the team could be Jimmy Uso,
Yeah.
CM Punk, LA Knight,
Yeah.
and Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
And that's a solid War Games.
Yeah, no, I definitely think there's going to be some shenanigans that ensue in this match. It's got a bloodline member involved, so there's always some sort of shenanigans involved with it. I do think it's going to be Jey Uso as well, but not for all of those reasons. I just think they're going to wait to put the belt on Punk for an actual pay-per-view where they get a ton of eyes on the show. That I don't think they would do it on a Saturday. And I realize Punk's face is on the poster, but I don't think they would do it on a Saturday night's main event in November. They would save it for, say, a Royal Rumble, a WrestleMania, or something of that like.
Maybe. I mean, but it all depends. Like, unless they want to do it, but I think they want to have a heel champion going into Mania.
Sure.
So I think having Jay win it like that does it. But I do agree with you. I think they tip the hand. It's not going to be Punk because he's on the poster.
Right.
But I think depending on what they want to do for War Games, which we don't know yet.
True.
That sets it up rather quickly. So I could see that going.
Sure.
But it all depends. I mean, unless they want to do some shenanigans and, LA Knight gets involved.
Yeah.
Because, Rick Grandy just lost to Braun. So, who knows?
Yeah.
So they got a lot of moving parts happening there.
This is true. We shall see what happens. It all takes place this Saturday on Peacock here in the States. YouTube in most countries internationally. Like I said, check your local listings where it is on in your area.
Yeah, let's say there's a lot of great wrestling going on right now. We know NXT just had Halloween Havoc go down, and like I say, they've been doing some fun things.
NXT's been real solid.
NXT has been real solid. TNA has been rocking too. The Forbidden Door has gotten more intriguing. I know they just announced that they have the Gold Rush event that's going to take place in Madison Square Garden next couple weeks.
That's real interesting.
A lot of good stuff to be watching, so definitely hit us up on that hashtag. Let us know what you're checking out in the land of pro wrestling, and what's your predictions for WWE Saturday night's main event taking place November 1st here on the Peacock Network streaming. So definitely we are interested to hear what you have to say for title matches. 3 in the world title rank, so big show going down. Let us know who you got. That being said, we're going to get our final breakout. We'll be right back.
This is Tom from Tom Joe Lou,
This is Matt from Sidemen Sounds.
and you're listening to ODPH Podcast.
Wanna go where no one knows my name, to the desert, the oceans, or the plains. 'Cause I wanna...
Gentlemen, back for the final segment on this edition of the ODPH podcast. Pad, what you got?
Got a couple things to talk about, first of which is obviously the local minute, and looking at the standings for the Federal Prospects Hockey League and the Empire Division. Binghamton Black Bears still in first place.
That's right.
Sitting in first place with 17 points. Port Huron Prowlers are in second place with 15 points. Blue Ridge Bobcats coming up in third with 9 points. Right tied with them are the Topeka Scarecrows, also with 9 points. 5 are the Danbury Hat-Tricks with 6. Watertown Wolves are in sixth place with 4 points, and then the Indiana Sentinels bringing up the rear with no points. Looking at the schedule from this past week, they had 2 games, one on the road, one at home. The road game was on Friday, August 24th, where they beat the Watertown Wolves by the final score of 5-4. And then they came home Saturday, October 25th, and won that by the final score of 5-2. Looking ahead to this upcoming weekend, they got 2 road games where they are playing the Port Huron Prowlers. Friday, October 31st, 7:45 p.m. is the first game. And then the second game is on Saturday, November 1st, 6:05 p.m. Eastern. They do return home, though, Friday, November 7th to play for a couple of home games against the Indiana Sentinels. So they'll have to wait a week, but they will be home soon. For more tickets, information, all that good stuff, BinghamtonBlackBears.com, because they do have a couple of interesting promotions coming up, including they got a military appreciation night coming up. They've got an education and government employee appreciation night coming up, country and FFA night. There's a whole bunch of stuff. So go check out their website for all that good information.
Yeah, it's always good to support local teams wherever you're at.
Yeah.
Because obviously you see the stars of today or tomorrow in your local area today.
Then we got to talk a little bit of World Series, because holy cow, this series has been better than I expected it to be.
I will say too, yes.
Series currently tied 2 games apiece. Game 5 is tonight as we record out in LA. It'll be 8 o'clock Eastern on Fox. That's assuming it doesn't go 18 more innings, which I think that's the thing we all got to talk about, because oh my Lord have mercy. So the game started on Monday, ended on Tuesday morning. Was won by the Dodgers. Final score 6-5. Went 18 innings. Shohei Ohtani, which, hey, if people don't talk about him enough, here's one that even I was impressed with. 4 for 4 from the plate. 2 home runs. 3 runs batted in. 2 doubles. Walked 5 times. So the dude went 4 for 4. And then they walked him 5 times in a row. So he reached base 9 times in a single game.
That's insane.
Which hadn't been done, if I heard the staff from Fox on the broadcast right, hadn't been done since like 1942. Absolutely insane. The Dodgers went through every pitcher in their bullpen they had. Tyler Glasnow got the start, went 4 2/3. They then went through every other pitcher they had in their bullpen, to the point where at the end of the game in the 18th inning, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who had pitched a full 9 innings on Sunday, was going out to the bullpen and warming up to come in and pitch in relief. Absolute insanity. Although, hey, Freddie Freeman became the first person in Major League Baseball history to have 2 walk-off home runs in the World Series in Major League history, when he hit the walk-off home run in the 18th inning. By the way, that was at like 2, almost 3 in the morning.
Yeah.
Absolutely insane. Here's how long that game was. So the Washington Commanders, as we talked about in the first segment, played the Kansas City Chiefs on Monday Night Football in Kansas City. Their flight was delayed. They played the game. Their flight home was delayed. They got on the plane, and they almost landed in D.C. by the time that game got over. Absolute insanity.
That's wild.
The other wild one is, if you're up in Canada, you can watch the game on Sportsnet, which, hey, kudos to you. You got Dan Schulman calling the game up there. Fantastic broadcaster. His wife, though, because Schulman mentioned this on the broadcast, his wife caught a plane from Toronto to Los Angeles, landed, got in a cab from the airport to the hotel, all the while the game was still going. That's just how absolute insanity it was.
It's crazy, but but it's the fall classic, so you're going to wind up having that.
Yeah, so game's tied. We will see what happens. But hey, for the first time in Major League Baseball history, because it's going at least 6, games 6 and 7 in Toronto, it'll be the first time in Major League Baseball history the baseball season has started and ended outside the United States. Season started in Japan, will end in Toronto.
It's wild times, folks. Wild times to be a
Yeah.
sports fan, but it's exciting times nevertheless.
Yeah.
Closing out very quickly, we did mention about the NBA kickoff, which has been very exciting. The NBA coverage on
Yeah.
NBC has been fun. I love it.
I dug the NFL intros they did for the Knicks players the other night.
That's what they need to do.
Oh, I love that.
See, there was something about it when it came back that I was like, okay, now it feels real. Like
Yeah.
now it's like, okay, here we are. I get it. I'm excited for it. And way too early in the season to get predictions.
Yes.
Undefeated, Philadelphia and Chicago are at the top of the Eastern Conference, 4-0 and 3-0 respectively.
Will not stay that way.
Miami, Cleveland, and the Bucks are all 3-1. Your New York Knicks are at 2-2 with Charlotte, Detroit, and then rounding out the top 10 is Toronto and Atlanta. So nothing really too shocking there, but
No.
yet again, way too early in the season to go crown a chip.
Yeah.
In the Western Conference, though, this is very interesting to me. Oklahoma City is 5-0.
Mm-hmm.
I figured that might happen. San Antonio is 4-0.
Well, friggin' Wembanyama
Is playing out of his mind
on
right
opening
now.
night put up 40 points. Friggin' unicorn he is.
Yeah, no, he's playing.
He's averaging 31 a game.
He's playing out of his mind right now.
He's averaging a double-double right now because he's got 13.8 rebounds a game.
Yep.
And 2.8 assists a game. Good
Yep.
Lord.
Yep. So Golden State's right behind him with Denver. But here's where the drop off is. Golden State is 4-1. Denver, Utah is 2-1. 2-2 is the Clippers, the Lakers, the T-Wolves, the Trailblazers, and the Grizzlies. Oh my. So it is way too early in the season to be talking anything. But I will say this: the Knicks have actually looked like a team.
Yeah.
They lost a tough one against Milwaukee by 10. They were up early, but listen, growing pains for a team that now has a bench.
Yeah.
So they've lost 2 in a row. The sky is not falling. Listen, it's way too early in the
Right.
season.
Well, especially, too, the thing is you look at the Lakers and how many injuries they've got right now.
Yeah, completely.
We'll see what happens once it hits Christmas Day.
Yeah. The Rangers are toying with everybody in the Metropolitan Division. So listen, 5-4 right now with with 10 points. Still, I mean, they're not out of it yet.
Good win against San Jose last
Yeah,
night, though.
they just got to put it together. So
Yeah.
listen, they're just messing around with everybody because obviously the cup is coming back to New York. So I got nothing to worry about. And I think that rounds us out for sports this week. So for anything and everything that is the ODPH, you can find it at odphpodcast.com. Once again, that's it for us this week. So for the one and only Padawan J,
Fuck the Astros.
I'm your host, Ken M. Thank you as always for listening to the ODPH podcast. We'll see you next time.
It's such waste of time swiping left and swiping right on people you could know. 'Cause anyone who's worth a damn would be worth way more than a picture could ever show. You could find the right light, find the right angle, and never find your soul. And it can feel like a losing battle, and this plot is full of holes. This modern way of finding love just makes me feel so alone. And I can't be the only one sick of staring at my phone. So look up, talk to me, a better way to spend our energy. Just look up, talk to me. We don't have to float alone on the open sea. Don't know that I believe in the old time fable. Everyone has just one true love. All I know is you're across this table, and you're all I'm thinking of. So look up, talk to me, a better way to spend our energy. Just look up, talk to me. We don't have to float alone on the open sea. Ooh, talk to me. Talk to me. It's such waste of time swiping left and swiping right on people you could know.